Okay, so let's talk about getting you hired by an airline, okay? The interview process is way different than any other thing that you have experienced in your life. I guarantee you that. And it also varies from airline to airline. Alaska Airlines, I was there for 16 hours, a 16-hour airlines where it was kind of like an American Idol, and it went from round to round and round. They started with 120 and there was 10 of us by the end of the night. With Delta, it's like 6 interviews. It starts with the psychological whatever, and then a phone, and then more, and then video, and this, that, and the other, depending on how quick, you know, or where you are in the process. And then the last one is a face-to-face with a bunch of other people in front of all of these different hiring managers at Delta headquarters. It's the most intimidating thing in the world. United, totally different. They do fly you in, but they have a different process. I don't know because I never went to that. But I lived at the United, like with United people, so I think theirs was like a 5.5 weeks. So everybody's got their different thing. But here's all the things you're gonna hear about getting hired, going to the interview. Look like a flight attendant, act like a flight attendant, all these things, right? Like just pretend. And I am telling you, with 8 conditional job offers from some of the top airlines and a lot of no's from some of the crappiest airlines, is it's not about what you know, it's the effort that you put in. It's the effort that you put in the face card. It's the effort that you put in to the lighting and the background and everything like that. You are a representative of an airline. And so you don't have to have everything, even with this, like, right? Everybody be like, oh my gosh, why does she have her hair down, right? If I was, I have to have, hair up, right? This would be bun, but I do have the studs in, right? I'm not supposed to have more than 1 ring on a finger or anything like that. This is really like, depend on the airlines that I've been in, right? Like this is not, but it's also really beautiful and it's really pretty. And I've learned going through the process, especially with the Delta one, where you're like up against a lot of people. Like I said, people that have been on Broadway, like also, like actors, this, that, and the other, trying to get hired, right? Trying to make an impression on these people that are, what I realize is trying to blend in isn't going to do anything for you, right? Your unique qualities are what are really going to make you stand out, because everybody is trying to act and be like what they think a flight attendant is, and they have absolutely no idea. And until you go into flight attendant training, you're not going to know. This isn't to sound pretentious, but it's definitely one of those, it's going to bring out your true character. So if you're not bringing that out in the first place in your interview, it's going to come out in the end and you're under scrutiny. I mean, I'm going to just let you know, as soon as you start the hiring process, of course you're going to have to go through the FBI check and all the fingerprints and everything like that, but you are basically on the security of the NSA. Anybody that possibly might go on to an airplane and become a flight attendant, you are now in a security database, right? You send that application in and you got everybody that's got eyes on you, who you're hanging out with, who you're, even if you haven't even gotten hired yet. Your social media, scrubbing your image, right? And I'm not saying scrubbing, it's just like there might be some stuff on there that you may not want, or it could be from a long time ago, right? That you don't want anybody, you're like, oh, I'm not that person that does like ice luges with, Jägermeister while standing on my head. I might have like 2 kids into this, that, and the other. Get it off of your Facebook. Okay? Like here's the thing, if we're looking for, this is all about leveraging what you've got. Leverage your body. People are like, oh, well, you don't have to, they don't weigh flight attendants anymore. It's not based on looks or whatever. Everything's based on looks, honey. You don't have to be skinny, but if you were showing up, even if you are, like I say, even if you are, I was, I'm trying to think, I was 120 pounds more than I weigh right now when I became a flight attendant. I lost 70 pounds flying. So I fit in the jumpsuit, but I still look good, right? I still wore clothes that fit me well. I still did my hair. I still did my makeup, right? Being heavy or heavier doesn't mean that I was ugly, but I definitely couldn't be walking around looking slovenly when you got these hot little 20-year-olds running around being all tight and cute and perky, and you know what I mean? And it's not that, but it's literally, we are the face of the airline. So your face doesn't have to be a 10, it's just gotta be the 10 out of 10 of your face, if that makes any sense, right? Accentuate what you got. If you got hired, but if you want to get hired, look like you care. Not what you care about what they think about you. but what you think about you. How do you conduct yourself on a daily basis, not when you're just trying to be like, oh, like on church on Sunday, and I'm here for the interview and this is how I'll be. They'll look at your social media, right? And then the behind the background check is going to look at a whole lot more. So interview starts with actually having the heart for wanting to do this, and what are the reasons why? What are they want to know why you want to be. Everybody, well, I'm really good with people and I love to travel. Ding. And, right, you have to pull from your, and this is what I do. I help people with their, because first of all, the resume, it's not about the resume. In fact, the reason why I excel at writing flight attendant resumes is because they are not looking for personality in the resume. They do not give a, do you have customer experience? I am so good at resume writing for flight attendants because they're the most bland resumes that you absolutely need to write. The resumes mean nothing. They're looking for keywords. I had a friend in hiring. They have an algorithm, the AI. It looks for boom, boom, boom. If you get that, you'll go through the first round, right? So you got to make that resume. You just got to know what they're looking for when you get in there. Then you get into the psychological test, right? Can you pass it? And if you can't, I can help you pass it, right? If you don't pass the psychological test, and it's a doozy. I've done two. I've done for this. I've done it for flight attendant, and that's the Delta. They don't even do it for the other one. And I've done it for a big financial position, which I did get. I didn't accept, but I did. And it was dealing with a lot of money, right? So they want to make sure that under duress, right, you're not bribable. I mean, people are really looking in to see if you have like bankruptcy and stuff, because somebody, if you get taken hostage in the sky, right, somebody could be like, I'm going to call your family and this, that, and the other, and you could take down a whole plane. Right. This is why if you're a Secret Service, if you want to go into Secret Service and stuff like that, if you have anything like remotely like financial where somebody could use that against you as leverage against you, you're not going to get in. And the same thing as being a flight attendant. So again, people don't think, they're just like, I thought I was going to walk around and look pretty in a dress. And I'm like, no, this is the FAA. This is when you get onto the tarmac, when you get step off onto a plane, you're on international waters right there. You're not even in the United States. Right? It's a whole different, so this stuff is really serious. And that's where people, when you need to come across serious in your interviews, right? Even if you are I had people in my Delta that I told you how 300 to 500,000 applications for 1,900 positions. I had a retired female, she was a Marine Corps major, a retired police department, and they both were in their 60s, 63, both 62, 63, and the oldest guy was 64 in my initial hiring class, so you're never too old. And then 2 girls were from Chick-fil-A. There were like 10 people from Disney, 2 people from Broadway, right? And then everybody else in the middle, okay? So you can go from no Sunday Chick-fil-A to being an actress or being from Disney and get into Delta, right? It's all about, because they are the gold standard when it comes to hiring. You can ask anybody, right? Even to get a CJO from them. So I want you to take the hiring process. It's not like, let me just give you this tip and wear your hair like this and wear a power color and make sure you like ding and don't wear the big eyelash, because we're going to get into that, right? Because I can get into like what you need to do and how to stand out even in the interview, right? Again, we started out with like not wanting to be like everybody else. Non-conformity is good, but you need to be authentic. You need to be true to yourself.